I had damn mic muted. That sucks. Uh, Definitely want to give a shout out to all the people that are here. Hello, Ms. Carrie Walton, one of the most wonderful Raiderettes there are. And thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure when you have gals and guys, mates and wenches that are loyal listeners and viewers. I appreciate that. Here's one, Jack Kent. Jack Kent always supports the crew, and it's awesome that he does. So again, thank you for Jack Kent. 808 Split Mode. I've seen you in here a couple times. Thank you there, sir. If you notice, I have different glasses because the ones I've been wearing like forever, the plastic piece here fell off, so I got to go to the mall on Saturday and go to like an eyeglass store, like Lens Crafters or things like that. They actually, the last time I had to do it, they did it for free, which was really cool. So hopefully they will do it again. But I've also done things like recently that I haven't been always wanted to do, and now I'm getting a chance to do it. I've bought some really nice watches, like two Bolovas that are like pristine, beautiful watches. And I bought them, and so I was like, man, I love these watches. So what I've always wanted to do, like when I had this hat, because this is a hat that y'all haven't seen, because it's been over there on my hat rack. So I said, well, I need to start wearing the watches, like just put my watches out, wear a different one every day. Try to do a different hat every day, do the things that I've always wanted to do, right? And for example, this is not the Bulova, but this is the a Invicta, Raider Invicta, and I've had this in a box, and it's sharp, but I've had it in a box. So now I actually have another one of these, which is a prize. It's one of those things that whenever I do get a chance to do the wheel spins, it's on the wheel. It's a prize. It's the Raiders Invicta watch. And I do need to get that done. And I know I keep telling you guys I got to do it, got to do it, got to do it. It's just a matter of time. I think, this Saturday, because there's really nothing going on, right? Well, other than I'm going to be detailing my truck. And I think I've told everybody I finally got my brand new Ram 2500. Really awesome. And that's going to get detailed on Saturday. So can't wait to do that. Let's see who else is in here. Patrick, my 5 downs. Kat, did you see Derek Carr in the skills competition? Wow, so good. I didn't see the skills competition, but I did see the little BSPN clip that they did where I can't remember. It was like the former Steeler defense. I think it was Ryan Clark. I think that was the guy. They said, "Hey, Derek, have you ever been this hot in Vegas?" And he says, "No." And it's probably the reason why I'm going somewhere else, or something along those lines. So he had some humor. He knew he was gone. But I agree. Derek Carr, great quarterback, the greatest quarterback statistically the Raiders have ever had, right? But unfortunately, when it counted, wasn't able to get us across the finish line. I mean, that's not hatred towards him. That's just facts. So hopefully, he'll find something that is to his liking, and that the Raiders get some compensation for him. That's all I want. Carrie, you can pop in anytime to show your love because we love you as well. Carlos is in here. Carlos Sanchez, thank you. Raiders 007, or he's actually shortened it. Raiders 07. Rodgers bought a house in Vegas near Adams. That is the normal. Here's the spinning. Here's the spinning. So we know that Tom Brady is not going to the Raiders. That much we know. Thank God. I don't think I could have lived with that. I know I said to everybody I would keep a strong support, and I would support the whoever the quarterback of the Raiders were. And I meant that. But it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to support somebody when you really when you care for him. And I can't stand Tom Brady. So that's been taken out of the equation. So now we have, and people are asking me, it's like, what are the Raiders going to do at quarterback? I don't know. Should we try and trade up in the draft? Patrick, my 5 downs, and I like that name, by the way. It all depends upon what the powers that be want to do, because we still have a quarterback to get. Is it going to be Aaron Rodgers? Is it? I'd rather not, but if that's who our quarterback is going to be, then maybe that pick is not available. Do we want to do that? I don't know. I didn't watch I didn't watch the skills competition, but apparently he was excellent. Whoa, that's a Batman watch or James. Well, it's an Invicta. Yeah, it is ESPN. I don't think Rodgers is a good idea. I agree with you, Pat. Too expensive and too many distractions. Agreed. A-Rod would tell Raider Nation, relax when we're 2-5. Yeah, I'm not a fan. But here's the thing, though. I will say this. Of the quarterbacks that people link us to, he is the most capable. He's more capable than Jimmy G. But is he a system fit? No. So does McDaniels want to lessen the, it's my way or the highway type things for a Hall of Famer in the making in Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. I was told by a source that it's going to be Jimmy G, who is, if you're going to get one, then he is the most capable of the quarterbacks that have been in the system. Only McHuhn will get rid of a Pro Bowl quarterback. But he did. No cry over spilled milk there, Jack. Don't do it. Rafael Chacin Montillo. Thank you for being here, shipmate. Matt says, okay, I see whatever the Raiders get for Carr will go to the Packers for Rodgers plus our number 7 pick. If that's all it costs, but do you really want to give the Packers your number 1 for the second straight year? Go to the Packers for Rodgers plus our 7 pick. I don't know. Maybe if that's all it costs, maybe. McDaniels looks like Joe Swanson minus the wheelchair. That's funny, Spliff. That's funny. I want to trade Carr, Renfro, and number 7 for the Texans number 2. They have cap room. Okay, but if you're gonna do that, again, I'm saying this: is there a quarterback in this draft that is worthy of a first-round pick? And my answer is no. I'm not a, clairvoyant, but honestly, no. I think Bryce, whatever his name is from Bama, is too small. He's going to be broken like a toothpick, right? Stroud, are you going to tie your fortune of a quarterback for the next years to one game? Because that's what they did with Jamarcus Russell, and that was Al. Jamarcus had a fantastic one game and he was our quarterback. We could have had Megatron. And even though I cannot stand Lane Kiffin, he was right. Can't stand Lane Kiffin, but he wanted Megatron, but he didn't get him. So do you really want to? Do you want to tag a quarterback that had one great game, maybe a really good season with Ohio State? And I ask you this: name me a great Ohio State quarterback, or for that matter, because this is my next question, name me a great Gators quarterback. For all those that are hankering for AR-15, Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson is like another version of Cam Newton, except he still can't throw. He is not accurate. He's got a great arm. He could run over people, but I just don't want him. And Will Levis is probably the best of the lot at the first round. I'd say Levis, then Stroud. Then maybe AR-15, Richardson. But again, he's not accurate. So I don't want to do that. Ed Winchell, thank for that. My trade, try for Rodgers and keep Stitt. Excuse me. I'm burping up my lemonade. Try for Rodgers and keep Stidham as the backup. Very important. Completely concentrate on defense with all our picks. End of story. I like that. Except I would say all of our picks, or I should say, let me rephrase. The predominance of our picks, defense, including the first rounder, including the second rounder, pick up Hendon Hooker in the third round. Pick up Hendon Hooker in the third round. Defense. And if there is a person that is wants to trade up to 7, say, okay, we'll take your 1 and a 2 and a 1 next year. Keep drawing picks because people will reach. See what we got here with Jack. Can I have a wonderful story for you via our brother Ed Winchell to a quarterback trade before TV12? Okay. Mike Givens, a.k.a. Positive Philly, thank you for being here. Good to see you. He's happy. And I hope he will be happier in 10 days or whatever it is, about 10 days. I hope he will be very happy in 10 days because I can't stand the Chiefs. Really nice fans. Got some really good fans in here, but I can't stand them. Then we have to give up for Roger, but I'm not against it. Yeah, I agree there, Matt. Depends on the price. Can you put the link out? I will in a minute, Mike, I swear. Ed Winchell's here. Not Jimmy, bro. Well, like I said, but he's capable of all of the quarterbacks that know the system. He's the best that knows the system. Our track record on first-round picks have sucked, especially for quarterbacks. Cool Kev's in here. Ed, did you tell Caleb my trade idea? I don't know. Steve Contreras, why not look at Jackson? Cost. I think that they. I don't know I don't know if the Ravens can franchise tag him again. I'm not sure about all of those different things. I'm not sure. Sebastian's in the house. Thank you there. It's up to you. Preach. Okay. Can I salute? Preach. You got it. Thank you. What about the kid from Florida? Hey, Mike, I said that. Anthony Richardson is like a Cam Newton clone, except that his passes are not accurate. If you can guarantee me, and this is the thing, if you can guarantee me that you will have somebody that will work with him and make him better, yeah, he's probably going to be the best of the lot because he's big, he's strong, and he's fast. Cam Newton 2.0. But you got to teach him how to throw the ball and how to take something off the ball because he'll throw it through the chest of a receiver. You don't need to have all of those throws just like that. Send my info to Ref Guru for the prize. Yes, great, Sebastian. You will enjoy everything you got. Ed, I stand behind my trade idea for Caleb. Okay. Contreras, name a good quarterback came out of Ohio State in the NFL. I don't know. And I don't even remember a good a good Ohio State quarterback because um, Mike Tomczak, maybe the kid that plays for the Bears has got some upside, but Mike Tomczak, maybe. Definitely not Art Schlichter. No. I think it's going to be Rodgers. McDaniels wants a veteran over a rookie. Yeah, it's going to be a veteran. Stroud, Levis, Richardson, or the defensive tackle Carter. I'll take Carter. I will take Carter. Tebow was okay. Tebow couldn't throw either, Steve. No. If Raiders move on with Waller and Renfro, Rodgers will not consider the Raiders. If Raiders move on with Waller. You saying if they keep Waller and Renfro? Or if they get rid of Waller and Renfro? Make that a little bit more clear, Ed. Ryan Miller, Jimmy G, and hopefully draft Will Levis or CJ Stroud to sit a few years. Jimmy G at this point in his career could be our next Rich Gannon. Maybe. Turkey's in the house. Thank you for there. Art Schlichter is in jail again. Steve Spurrier is probably the best, and thank you for that, Steve. But I actually will probably say that John Reeves, look him up. John Reeves is probably the best quarterback from the University of Florida ever. Look up Steve Spurrier because he was a perennial backup, and look up John Reeves. John Reeves probably had the better career. Jared's in the house. Jared, remember, hit the link. Hit the link, Jared. I figured it out today, man. Okay. Mike, Sarah. Hey, good to see Mike, Sarah in here. Good to see Jared in here. Good to see Ed Winchell in here. I'm right now. I was watching because it ended. I have Elvis on record. So I haven't seen it yet. Maybe one of these days when I have that proverbial round minute, I will do it. But I'm now watching The King's Man, so at least I have something to keep my eyes occupied. I love Rodgers, but don't want to give up first round draft choice. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Mike. If we can get Aaron Rodgers for a 2 and some consideration, yeah, I'm all in there, but not a 1. Not a 1. Rodgers also did the 3 pumps. That's funny. 3 pumps worthy. Remember, if you do the 3rd pump, you're going to get that flag. Not taking a break from so I am taking a break. Okay, good, Jared. And yeah, Pickett, they did well with Pickett, right? Mike said we may get better with Kenny Pickett. I think he did. One bad hit to Jackson will turn him into RG3. Actually, you missed one. And of course, the best ability is availability. Thank you, Matt Marinovich. Right on, spot on. And by the way, if you like what you see, please share up the YouTube link if you can. I think Jackson's best days are behind him. I agree with that as well. Some other quarterback in Florida, Shane Matthews, he was aight. If we don't keep Waller and Renfro, Rodgers has zero reason to sign with us. He can't win with Adams as the lone receiver. Yeah, I agree, Ed. Okay, that's what I thought you meant. And Matt, thank you for the $10. That gives you, for every 5 that you spend, you get a chance on the prize wheel. So that's 2 chances. Thank you for that, Matt, for the $10. And Matt, as you can see by this little mark here, Matt is a channel member. He's been a member for over a year. And I thank you for that as well. Elvis is great. I got to watch it. Rodgers wants the weapons and like, sub, and share. Thank you. So I'm caught up. I am caught up. And it takes me a bit. Got to have your opening, right? Got to have your opening. Again, I thank you again, Matt Raiders07, for that $10 tip. But remember, for every 5 that you spend, you get a what is it? A chance on the wheel for prizes. I will get that out eventually. It might be a bit, but I'll get that out. Bobby Hoying could not get us into the Super Bowl after Gannon got hurt against the Ravens. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he was the backup. I remember. Thanks for that, Mike. I was like, who the hell came in? Bobby Hoying. Anyway, let's do this because I know that Positive Philly wants to come in. And that's just saying that I clicked the URL. So there we go. There's the URL. Come in, hit the link, hit the link, hit the link. All right. There is the link. Hit the link. Don't call because, again, the phone calls that go through Google, whatever, Google Call, whatever they call it just doesn't sound good. Hit the link, hit the audio. You don't have to be on video. Just hit the link. It's great. Thank you for that. So everybody has an opinion. Personally, and I think that Peggy and Heidi were saying this the other day. They said next year's a throwaway year. Said no matter what happens, it's a throwaway year. I hope not. But here's the thing. If McDaniels has to perform to keep his job through year 2, doesn't he at least have to have a winning record, which is at least 9 wins? If that's true, he's got to get at least 9 wins. And he's got to be the Raiders have got to at least be competitive for a wild card spot. And don't sleep on the damn Broncos because I'll tell you, Sean Payton is a good, I didn't say great, but he's a damn good coach. Granted, he had Drew Brees. That's one of the reasons why it was a damn good coach. People call him great. I want to see him do it without a Hall of Fame quarterback. We'll see that. Yeah, Jack, are you there? You don't have your camera isn't working, brother. There's a white space unless you are on the sun. I don't see a camera. But I know Jack Kenna is ready to go, but I'll try it. I see, but I don't. Your camera's not working. See, this is what I got. See, no camera. I'm gonna boot you, Jack. Okay, I'm gonna boot you. Fix your camera. Okay, I'm gonna kick you. Okay, so come back when you get your camera squared up. Ed Winchell, obviously, come in. So remember, hit the link. We've already been on for close to half an hour. And again, I appreciate everybody that's here because the people that have been here are people that come in regularly, regular folks, regulars. I like that. Matt Marin, the other Matt says, okay, Jack, I see you, but I don't see you. Okay, good. Because your camera wasn't working, brah. In fact, you're frozen. You have juice in your phone? You are frozen like Han Solo with Corbomite. Or actually, I'm mixing two. Corbomite was the stuff on Star Trek. I don't remember what Han Solo was frozen. It wasn't Corbomite. Corbomite was the stuff on Star Trek. It was the Corbomite maneuver. But okay, I'm gonna add you, but I think you're frozen. Yeah, you're frozen. I'm going to kick you again. Once, twice, hopefully not 3 times for Jack Kenna. Did I say this already? For $20 million, Peyton needs to be a miracle worker. I think that's what they're paying for. Remember, like, share. Let the people know we are on. like, share, and let's have more folks in for the show. I can spell the right. There we go. Hit the link though. Jack has hit the link twice. The first time the camera didn't work. The second time it did, but it was frozen. I don't know, maybe if you don't have enough juice in your phone, Jack. But we'll go through the comments because there's like I said, there's lots of things to talk about. Obviously, Sean Payton going to the Broncos is going to make that team better, but I need to see him make the team that he does have a Hall of Fame quarterback in Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson actually at the end of the year, when he wasn't like round peg, square hole type crap that the Broncos were making him do, he actually played a lot better at the end of the year because he was moving around a bit. He wasn't a pure pocket passer, and things went well. By the way, this is lemonade from what do you call it? Crystal Light. So I'm drinking my Crystal Light. Hey, we're going to eventually. We're gonna go ahead. You can brush. You can finish brushing. But Ed, looking good, brother. We're gonna be joined by Ed Winchell. Ed, you're looking good, bro.
Hello, my man.
How are you, man? What's up?
I'm doing well. Thank God.
Yeah.
Glad to be on.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure, sir.
I just have a hard time logging on, but I got through this time.
Good. Well, Jack hit it twice, but his camera didn't work or whatever. So, Jack, hopefully, will come back.
So I really think that the easy peasy way to do it is just try to get Rodgers, keep Stidham, and draft defense. I mean, if we don't fix our defense, we're never going to go anywhere. That's obvious to everybody, I'm sure.
Right. I agree.
I mean, so why not concentrate on that? We can pick up our, cornerbacks along the way. I don't think it's imperative we have a quarterback draft this year because we've got Stidham and Rodgers,
Mm-hmm.
And if we get rid of Waller and we get rid of Renfro, why would Rodgers want to come to us anyways?
You wouldn't want to, and I agree with that. We're going to have to keep that package together. But there is a possibility that they might get rid of Renfro with Carr in a package deal because they know that they already have rapport together. So in order for somebody to take Carr, they might say, hey, we'll take Derek Carr in that contract, but we also want Renfro with him because we know that they work well together. We will see. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I've heard it bantied about. So we'll see if that actually happens.
Let me ask you a question. Either sure. I'm missing something or I'm missing something. And that is, why would Carr not want to wait and get cut so the team he goes to does not have to give up anything after everything is said and done? If we trade him, the team he wants to go to, I think he's going to Carolina. Why should Carolina trade when all they have to do is wait until he's cut, then sign him, and they don't lose anybody?
True.
What am I missing here?
I'm telling you what you're missing, Ed. Derek Carr would be missing 32, 40, and 41.
What you mean, salary?
Yeah, because I really think that Carr is one of the better quarterbacks. Put him middle of the road. Let's put him middle of the road. Let's put him like 16 out of 32, right? He's at least that. But I think it's actually gone down. Maybe let's say it's 18 out of 32. Let's put him a little bit down. Do you want to spend 32, 40, and 42 on a quarterback that's only 18-ish or so or 16-ish or so? Maybe not. Derek Carr wants to get paid, right? And in order
Right.
to get paid, he says that I got to be traded so that you're trading for the contract. The contract remains solid. So he'll get his 32, he'll get his 40, and he'll get his 42. I might be off of like 1 or 2 on the numbers, but I know it's 32, 40, and I think 41 or 42 for the third year. So he'll get his money.
But if the Raiders cut him, why would why would the Raiders be responsible to pay him money?
Well, if the Raiders cut him, they only have to eat like I think it's 5.6 million because
Okay. So why doesn't he wait till he gets cut? Then the team he goes to, like Carolina, won't have to give up anything.
I get it, Ed, but if Derek Carr wants to get paid, he'll say
Why won't
no.
Carolina pay him 25?
It depends upon if he says, okay, what are you going to pay me? But
I'm sure they're
he's
talking
gonna
about
make-
it now. I'm sure they're talking about it.
Well, that's
He'd be
what I
great
said.
with
It's like-
Fred Reich. He'd be great with Reich. They're both spiritual. You know?
Okay.
And so I think it's a perfect fit. But the contract thing confuses me because I guess you're telling me that if they cut him, somebody's responsible for 30, 35, and 40?
Actually, it's 30, 40, and 42.
That the team he goes to is going to have to pay him that old contract.
Yes. Now, what Matt says is true. He can restructure once he gets there, but he at least is going to get that.
Yeah, he ain't getting 40 nowheres. He ain't getting nowheres in the 30s either.
But I don't think so either. But that's why I said if he wants to keep the money, he keeps the contract.
So how does he keep the contract if he gets cut? Isn't the
No,
contract?
he doesn't. That's the point. If he gets cut, he has to make his terms, right?
Right.
So if he makes his terms, yeah, the other team doesn't have to give up anything for him, but does the other team? But he won't make what he would make on those 3 years. I don't think he'd make 32. I don't think.
Neither do I.
I know he's making 40, and if you think he's making 42, you're smoking something.
No way. He's not making anything over 30, I don't think.
Right.
He'll probably get a 4-year, 3 guaranteed at 30, and the player option for the 4th.
He's got to know. Well, actually, him and his agent got to negotiate that.
Now, where do you think he's going to go? What is your take? Say 2 teams. Where are you picking?
Well, if I'm the Raiders, I think that they're going to do everything in their power to trade him to the NFC, because then you only got to see him once every 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The Raiders are in the Super Bowl against that team, and that's an extra game. But if they trade him to the NFC, you see him once every 4 years. And Derek Carr has already been in the league 9 years.
Right.
Is he going to be in the league another 8? No.
No.
So at most, you're going to see him twice.
Right.
At most. And that's it.
So you think you really think he'll light it up against us if he played against us?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would he do that? Why couldn't he do it when he was with us?
That's the $30 million question.
You know what I mean? That's what's crazy. Well, if we don't get Rodgers, what's your take on that?
If we don't get Rodgers, Jimmy G, even though Jimmy G is habitually injured, Jimmy G is the best of the bunch that knows the system.
The system. Jimmy does know the system.
That knows the system. Jimmy G is the best of the bunch that knows the system. You got Jimmy G, you got Jacoby Brissett. Mac Jones ain't going anywhere now that they signed the Bill O'Brien to New England. He ain't going anywhere, right?
Right.
You got Jacoby Brissett, you got Jimmy G. Stidham knows the system. And unless you want to get Hoyer,
No. See, I just want to desperately shed the Patriots alliance that they're claiming to have with us. That sickens me. Anything to do with New England sickens me when I talk about New England and the Raiders.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it, Ed, and I agree with you, but there was a player by the name of Bill Romanowski that everybody hated because he was the dirtiest Denver Bronco ever, right? But once he came to play for us, we loved him, right?
Right.
So what I'm saying is we hate those people because of the team, right? We all hate the Patriots. We do.
Right.
But if McDaniels gets his stuff together, and that's the question. If McDaniels gets his stuff together, and if Graham gets his stuff together, then you got the coaching staff with the players that are doing the things that they are supposed to do. I don't care what team they came from, if they perform.
And we got to realize, I know everybody, including me, is down on McDaniels, right?
Yeah.
But let's think about this for a minute. He took over a mess. He's only had 1 year. I think people don't realize, hey, let's give him 2 or 3 years and see what he can do to turn it around. I think that's the way Mark is thinking, and it makes sense to me. People want to get rid of him after 1 year. I mean, you can't base a guy's credentials on 1 year of what he can do with the team.
Yeah. And you can't base a guy's credentials on 2 years with another team that was over a decade ago.
Right. He's grown a lot in that 10 years. No, there's no doubt about it. I mean, we lost 10 games
by less
than
four
points. That is the picture that we have to look at.
Yeah.
That's a flip of a coin. One play here, one play there. We could have been 14-3 if it bounced our way. Now, I know coins don't bounce the Raiders' way, and they never will, so we have to earn it more than anybody else.
Right.
But if you think about that, it tells me let's give him a little time to see what he can do.
Yeah.
But I think it would be a big mistake to get rid of Waller and Renfro. That's like, hey, that's talking rebuild, and I don't want to hear rebuild ever again. We got a good O-line. We have a good offense.
We have a better than average O-line that needs a couple more pieces.
13 to me is a very adequate O-line, especially when you compare what we had last year. What were we last year? 23? 24?
Well, see, I think if you're talking about the PFF rankings, they had us ranked at 10. But I think that those numbers are skewed because of Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers are skewed because of Josh Jacobs. So that's why they gave him we had the higher grade for the offensive line, but we've had trouble with right tackle all year. We've had trouble with our guards. I mean, John Simpson was finally gotten rid of. We had Lester Cotton for how many games, and he sucked balls. I have no problem saying that. So you had Lester Cotton and John Simpson, who sucked, right? Parham played well as a rookie, but I think Parham's days ahead are going to be at center. I think that they're going to get rid of James. They're going to put Parham. This is what I think. I think they're going to get Parham at center because he's undersized, but I think that he's a better movable. Up, Ed. What'd you do, Ed?
Jack calling me. I just shut it off.
Jack, don't call.
I'm on the phone.
Yeah. But I think Parham goes to center. I think they get rid of James. That's a $5 million savings. But I think ultimately they need another guard or two, right? And I think one's going to go and come in free agency and one's going to come in the draft. And then the same thing, I think Mumford is going to be either the right tackle or the swing. I don't think Illuminor stays. I think Mumford was his understudy for a reason. I think Mumford is going to either be the right tackle or the swing, and go from there. But that's just me.
I'm out the door because I know there's other people that want to call in. I don't want to take all the time. But I
Okay.
have one last question.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
think the only way we keep Jacobs is to tag him? Or what's your take on that situation?
I think that if we tag Jacobs, it'll be a 1-year deal, and he will
Never come back.
never come back.
Never.
Yeah.
Nope. Well, we don't want to lose his ass, but you know what? Raiderville is unpredictable and always will be.
Yes.
I'm afraid, one last thing, we will never be a contender until we find a new ownership.
I think that I agree, and it's kind of like the same thing with the Cowboys. The Cowboys will never win as long as Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones. Right.
But I think that if Mark Davis allows the people to do their friggin' job, we might get a Super Bowl before the Cowboys do. Because I think Mark figures out that I'm not my dad, and I don't have all of the smarts that my dad does, so I'm going to get people that know how to do their job.
Right.
So if he does that, then we might ascend a little quicker. Because remember, we got the Chiefs in the division, got the Chargers in the division, got the Broncos under Peyton. We're looking at going to be the number 4 team for the next few years unless we get our crap together.
We have to. And I think Peyton's going to turn Russ around real quick.
You better.
Peyton's really good with turning quarterbacks around. All right, shipmate. I'm out the door.
All right, Ed. You take care. Talk to our friend that begins with an S.
Right.
Tell them that I'd love to get a hold of them if possible. Looking good, and I can't wait to see you soon. And send me your address, because if you guys don't know this, by the way, Ed Winchell won a Captain Jack beanie, a handmade beanie, and that's what he won as a prize the other day on our show. Only one's been given out, so now Ed's number 2. Send me your address, brother, so I can send it to you in the mail.
That's sweet, brother. I appreciate it. And you have a good night.
You do too, partner. Always good hearing from you.
Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care, yo.
Bye-bye.
That's Ed Winchell. Anna Diaz, permission to come aboard is granted. You can come in at any time. And Matt, Illuminor might go to right guard. I think that's the only way he stays. I like him at right guard. I think that he'll play better because he won't be out on an island as much. Anna definitely says hello to all. Mumford at right tackle, Numa at right guard. If you don't find a free agent to fill those spots, that's possible. That's possible. They need to get their stuff together. We'll find out. Got stuck watching BattleBots. I'm watching The King's Man, Anna. It's got to be better than BattleBots. I looked over. There's not a hockey game on. Unless I'm doing something wrong. No hockey tonight. It's Thursday. Is it just me, or do they don't play on Thursday night? I mean, was it the Vegas Knights? Are they playing? I know Anna would know because Anna watches the Knights. And I might get a nice Vegas Knights jersey because I said I'm all Flyers all the time, but I do, like I said, I got my Gordie Howe, I got my Bobby Hull jersey. Love them because those are the guys. Those are the greatest. Don't have a Gretzky. Don't really want a Gretzky. I have my Flyers jerseys are what I want. Kingsman was a weird version of World War One. Yeah, it was. Nope, no hockey. A bye week. Is it the All Star game? Oh, All Star break. Okay, thank you. I was wondering why there was no games on. As you can see, I don't pay attention. Kingsman was a weird version of World War One. Yeah, but the one thing I can say about it was it did reflect the trueness of the fact that Kaiser Wilhelm was related quick cousins to Tsar Nicholas, who was related to the king. I can't remember what the king of England was at the time. I can't remember. Was it King? Look that up. Who was the king of the UK in World War One? But those guys were all interrelated, and that's one of the reasons why they had the issues with was it hemophilia? They have that blood disease because the royalty, mixing in with royalty. And I actually thought it was. He's good. He has one more test for VA, then he will get rated. Thank you there, and I'm blessings to Juan. Blessings to Juan. I need to get. Hopefully the VA will give me my stuff. And our prayers to you. So All-Star break. Okay. King's man. But yeah, it's history. It's real, but it's it's a was it like a version that was I don't want to say it was Hollywooded, but a little bit more. George V. Thank you there, Matt. Because I know I was going to say George VI. What was the king that for World War II? That was the guy that stuttered was George VI. So yeah, thanks that. One was in the desert when they did those field fire. Oh yeah, so yeah, he had the problems with the pits. Yeah, get that money. Get that money. I'm glad that they're giving those guys their deserving. By the way, like I said, come on into the show. I will put the link up again. I was wondering why there was no hockey on it. It's like nothing. So here's the link. Come on into the show. We're almost an hour in. We're doing at least 90 tonight. I mean, don't make me talk about my truck. Don't make me talk about the Kingsman, although we can talk about history. We can talk about, like I said, the fact that Derek Carr lit it up and they had that interview with him. We've already established that Sean Payton's going to help out the Donkeys immensely, but it's still Denver. And I think the team that got incredibly better was the fact that the Dolphins picked up the old defensive coordinator, actually the old coach of Denver is now the DC in Miami. And Miami was this close to the playoffs. Or actually, and I take it back, they were in the playoffs. They were this close to being maybe a division winner. They went up to Buffalo first round, and they played them hard, didn't they? You get Miami with a better defensive coordinator. Carr was good throwing at pads with no defense. Yeah, okay. Again, I didn't watch the skills competition, man. It was, was it one of those things where they had before where you had like the bullseye targets and the paper, and if you hit the paper, went through, you got like a higher score, yeah, he's accurate. And that's what I'm saying. If you want Anthony Richardson, he's gonna be a truck, but he's not accurate. Okay, pretty much. Okay. But somebody wants him. And like I said, I would personally, and I think that we said this already, whoever gives us the most for him, trade him. Dolphins would have been a good fit, but they said that they're gonna keep Tua. I think they messed up. Personally, I think they messed up. But we'll see. Oh, this is when he changed his uniforms. He wanted to be in the thick. So now it was the Shriners Bowl. The scouts will definitely be there. Hey, there you go. All the NFC South with one car plus the Jets. If the Jets don't get Rodgers, Matt, I think the Jets going in on Rodgers. So I think Rodgers either goes to the Jets or us. That's just me personally. So, but hey, there's really nothing on TV. No sports really. Hit the link. I put it there. Hit the link. Anyway. Oh, I drank up all of my lemonade. Is anybody here's another question. Is anybody going to watch the actual Pro Bowl game Sunday? I didn't even watch it when it was a real game. I stopped watching the Pro Bowl years ago when it was, basically two-hand touch. It says that because having Tay Adams, well, yeah, that's a good reason to keep him. Good reason to go after him. They do have that rapport, but I said they better keep Waller. You better keep Waller. Then we have Tay, the warm weather, and no tax. Rodgers, no brainer. Depends on what the cost is. Maybe it depends on how my Sunday goes. Been sleeping. Anna, just take care of you. Anna, I've been tired too. So maybe I said that I needed rest after the season. I'm still tired. I'll tell you somebody who's not tired. God, what a great show. Other than Jason Dean, and I'm sorry, but you got the second best smile. You got the second best smile of anybody because Jason Dean has the smile, but Afakazi has the second best smile of it. Put your hands on the steering wheel, damn you.
It is on the steering wheel.
And what time is it down there?
First things first, salute shipmate. Sorry, you got the sun in the background. Salute to everyone in the chat. It's, what is it? Nearly 11 o'clock a.m. So it's Friday, still technically Friday morning.
Friday morning. There you go. I tell you, I would love to be in a Friday morning down under with a nice looking Sheila.
And it's summer too.
That's right. It is summer. Yeah. It's summer.
Beautiful sunny days. What's going on, shipmate? How are you?
I'm just hanging out, man. I'm talking. I'm just basically here talking until somebody comes in and talks to me. This is actually more for me than it is for you, because otherwise I'm talking to myself for 2 hours, right?
It's a bit hard too when it's the off season and we haven't even hit free agency.
Right.
That's why I haven't really been getting on the lives. I've been trying to, mix it up a little bit, do content about like other things happening with the Raiders rather than trying to find news and that to talk about, because right now there is none, right?
Really nothing to talk about. Yeah. If I wasn't under contractual means with the Northeast Streaming Sports Network, who says that I have to have content on Thursday, on Friday, and on Sunday, I would take some time off. And by the way, you know, for all those that are wondering, I don't get paid by them, but I am loyal. And I said, I will do content for you on Roku, because we are on Roku right now, which is why we're not cussing. But I have content for a great network, but there's really not a lot to talk about, which is why I talk about whatever. I was talking about, did you hear me talking about my truck earlier?
No, admittedly, I just got out of an appointment and I was just trolling through my phone and I saw Stu was on the live. I said hello to him, and then I saw you were on too. So I thought, you know what, why not? I'm a give my greetings and salutations to my fellow shipmates. So here I am.
Stu's on. I might bounce. Well, actually, I knowing Stu, Stu will probably be on even after I end the show in about an hour.
He'll be on 5-6 hours. You know how Stu rolls.
I'll say hi to Stu later then. But it's got to be quick, because Stu will keep me on, and then I'll have to stay there. And I'm like, Stu, I got to go to bed. I got to work tomorrow. You know.
Right.
But
so how you feeling leading up to free agency and that?
How am I feeling? Well, let me ask you the big question is, who's playing quarterback for the Raiders next year, their shipmate?
Well, it seems like the new flavor of the news is Aaron Rodgers. So look, let's see. Salute to you, Matt. I see your comment. I can't see the comments because I'm driving, but I see that one. Salute to you. But yeah, it seems like there's a lot of buzz surrounding Aaron Rodgers, and it seems like Davante Adams is doing his best to court him to come over. Yeah. He's another one. Look, he's been a talented guy, one of the best in the league, and could possibly go down as one of the greats of all time. But he's another one I'm not a big fan of as a person, and as well as like he's another older guy. It's like, how much do these guys have left in the tank? You know what I mean? But look, if he comes over, if we can make it happen and he's winning, that's all that matters to me. Just win, baby. But it's for me, it's always buyer beware with all these older guys. I ideally really don't want to go that route at any position. But look, if he can get us back to winning, then so be it. But I think no matter what, and I've been consistent with this, no matter what route we take, I think it's important that we draft a quarterback. Hopefully, ideally not with our round 1 pick. I'd rather dress defense.
Dude, I'm in love with Alpha Kazi because he's just like me. Why waste a first round pick on a developmental quarterback?
No, please, and there's not a guy there. Even the top tier guys that I'm sold on. I'm not impressed with any of the guys. Like I like the next tier guys like the Anthony Richardson guy and Hendon Hooker, but I wouldn't take him at 7. I mean, the ideal move for me is to take even if we have to trade up to get ourselves a defensive starter. I like that Jalen Carter guy. If we have to make some moves to go up and get him, that's where I would go. And then if we can get something for Carr and we can flip that for one of these other quarterbacks, you know what I mean? Like trade up in the top of the second round, or even the late first, to get ourselves a developmental guy who can sit behind whoever's our starter. At the very least, be someone who can be there waiting in the wings to come on as maybe a developmental guy, or someone who can just plug and play. At best, if he has time to develop and he does it well, then possibly the face of the franchise moving forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like I said, I like Hooker. Hey, I've never said no to a good hooker. Let's just say that, right? But no, I like Hooker. First of all, like I said, and Anna had talked about this when we had Anna on the show as well. Can you imagine a Vegas jersey with the last name of Hooker? It will be the bomb. Everybody will buy a Vegas Hooker jersey. I mean, Anna Diaz said that she's going to buy a Hooker jersey if it comes to fruition, right? And that's Anna Diaz, man, who's about as straight-laced and wonderfully. And I say, Dan, I say this with goodness in my heart, pure Anna Diaz with a Hooker jersey on. That's just wonderful right there. But no, getting back to the point of who he is. Hendon Hooker is probably the best quarterback that I see as far as upside, right? Because I saw him at Tennessee because I'm a Gator, right?
I saw some games too.
He's a damn good quarterback. And if he didn't have that ACL injury, he would be a first rounder that is worth it. But that's going to be a blessing in the fact that ACL injury is going to knock him down a round or two. And if you want to be sure to get him, then maybe draft him in the second round, because I think that there are going to be people saying we're not going to wait for round 3. Draft him in the second round if you must have him. But
I'm with that. I'm with that. Like him, or possibly even Anthony Richardson if he falls that far. But even if like we have to trade into the tail end of the first round to get our guy, I'd be with that. I mean, we've got a boatload of picks to be able to make some moves with, and hopefully that is the case. I mean, but again, like I said, ideally, I don't want to spend that 7th rounder on a quarterback. No friggin' way. There's not a guy there that I would want to take with that pick. I would actually like to package that and maybe some other picks to go up and get ourselves a defensive stud like Jalen Carter. You know what I mean? Like he's pegged to go pretty high, but we're at 7. We're not like a mile away where it's going to cost us the house to be able to trade up to get him. I mean, it would cost us a little bit, but not like too substantially. And I'd be all for that. I mean, it's about time we get ourselves a defensive stud, a game changer, a baller in the first round, because we haven't done that since Khalil Mack. And I'm getting tired of these guys that we're drafting in the first round specifically. I'm not talking about Max Crosby, we got him in the 4th, but I'm tired of year in and year out when we address that defensive side of the ball with our first rounder. I mean, look at our recent history: Damon Arnett, Cleve Farrell, Garyon Conley, DJ Hayden, Rolando McClain. You know what I mean? Like these aren't guys who are, they're not even bona fide starters. They're rotational guys at best. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we really need to hit it out of the ballpark and hopefully find that game changer, ideally on defense first, and then get ourselves our quarterback in the second round or the end of the first.
Yeah. And again, I think that, I don't kill the messenger on this one. I'd like to see what they've done with Garbers this whole entire year, right? Because he's been in the system a whole year. Remember, Mac Jones went to the playoffs his first year because he was playing. Now, if Garbers got the offense through osmosis, getting it into his brain, I'd like to see what the hell he can do. Because again, it would even be better. It would be cool. It's like, remember, he who shall not be named number 199 was 199 for a reason. But, and I'm so glad that he is not on our team, right? But I'd like to see what we got with Chase Garbers. I'd like to draft Hendon Hooker. I want defense. And oh, by the way, if I'm going to go offense, I'm going to go a guard or a tackle, whichever we don't get in free agency, a guard or a tackle. Mike Sarah, Leatherwood is what we missed. Leatherwood, first round dust. A guard or a tackle, or a tight end to go with. Remember, because in New England, which was like doing that system, they had Hernandez and they had Gronk. They had the two.
And Foster Moreau is likely gone.
Exactly. Moreau is probably a casualty. So I think that we're going to.
I like the guy. I would love to see him back, but I don't see it happening. I mean, his value will be the price he's going to fetch, and rightly so. He's been a good Raider. He's probably going to be out of the ballpark of someone who's going to be our backup. You know what I mean? So I'd like to keep him around. I don't see it happening, but if he does, fantastic. But just in regards to what you're saying about Garbers, I mean, I don't mind the guy. I mean, he's all right as a developmental guy, but how confident would you be in him over a draft pick to be the developmental guy that we have set to possibly be the face of the franchise? Because for me, it's not too high, if I'm going to be honest. Like, I see him as I don't know, backup at best, but maybe you can prove me wrong someday. But what say you, What about? Would you take him
Again,
over, like say someone over we would draft?
yeah,
As a
well,
developmental guy?
it depends. It depends. I mean, I know that there was a kid out of North Carolina that got cut from his high school basketball team, right?
Okay.
Became the greatest player in the NBA. In my thought, the greatest player in the NBA was cut from his high school basketball team. So,
Who are you talking about, Jordan?
of course, I'm talking about MJ, right?
Right.
So it's
Of course.
it's
man.
not where you're drafted. Okay, now granted, Jordan was a top 5 pick in the NBA, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
I think he was taken third.
he was drafted high, but he ascended to that. He worked at it, right? So we'll see what we got, and we'll see if Garbers was worth his salt. I don't know if he is or not, but I'd like to at least see what we got before we go bye-bye.
Yeah, me too. I mean, get him around at least till preseason to see what he's got. I mean, compete for a spot, but I don't know. I would have more confidence in say if we were to get someone like Hooker or Richardson over say Garbers. But hey, if Garbers is able to manage to prove me wrong, like fantastic. I mean, to find a guy who was undrafted, I mean, he can't complain with that, right?
Right, and like I said, I like Anthony Richardson, and I'm a Gator, so I am biased, right? But he's not accurate. You have to. If you draft Anthony Richardson, you need to. Oh boy, I don't know who this. Fluffy Campos. I'm going to give you about 3 seconds to get rid of that before I get rid of it for you. Okay, no politics on my show, man. No politics on my show. Let's go 1, 2. Well, I'm trying to get rid of it. Yeah, I'm going to hide it. Oh, sorry. Let me see if I can get it. Damn. Oh, I know why. I got to go on to. He's making me go on to friggin' you. One second there, Avikazi. I apologize.
That's all right. Hey, I'm right there with you. I don't talk politics on my channel. I'm here for Raider football, not politics.
Yeah, it's like if I'm gonna watch something, I don't want to have politics in my show. I'm trying to get rid of the damn comment, so I might have to.
Yeah, take your time, man. Take your time.
Yeah, apologies here. I don't have my producer. I am my own producer, so I got to get it done. But yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the comment in a minute. As soon as I can get my YouTube to come up, I got the spinning circle of death. Okay, let's see who we got here. Let's see here.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna park up in a minute, and I'm gonna show you something real quick before I dip out, because I just want to, I don't know, show off just how beautiful my country is. If you care to see.
Sure.
All right, just give me a moment. You got rid of it?
Yep.
Just find somewhere to park.
Yeah, no, I'd love to see that. And because I know how beautiful Australia is, because I was what word I'm looking. Oh, okay. Hey Ed, just get rid of. Yeah, Ed Winchell is helping me here as well. Just what is it? What is it? To block the mother. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I think I blocked him.
All right, I'm gonna just turn my camera for a second. So give me mine.
Okay, yeah, because I said I've been to Western Australia. I haven't had the chance to go to like the Sydney side, but I know all about the Western side because I've been to Bunbury and Perth a couple different times. So yeah, it was very,
that's where
very
I'm from.
awesome.
Perth.
Where? Perth?
Yeah. West Coast.
Yeah. West Coast Australia is for sure a beautiful area. Beautiful area.
I'm ready, Jack. You ready?
Yeah. I want to see. Oh, now that's the Australian beach, baby. Oh my God, that is beautiful.
Blue skies, sunny days.
Where
How you like
is
that?
that? Is that Perth itself, or where are you outskirts of Perth?
I'm on the coast. It's a suburb on the coast, but it's not too far from the city. Like the city is like that way,
Right.
but yeah, like that's a pretty famous hotel. Like when we get like international guests, like Michael Jackson once stayed there. A few other international like stars when they come over to Perth, that's where they usually stay. You got the bars right there, but also, as you can see, you got the beach right behind.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's beautiful. In fact, I'm going to try to make sure that when I put the clip up for the show tonight, that you and me, and with the blue beach in the background, that's just beautiful.
All right, man. Well, I'll leave you to it, shit, mate. You take care now. It's good to catch up with you and everyone else in the chat. And
Yeah.
hopefully we'll do it again soon. So
Hey,
salute, shit, mate. And
always a pleasure for my Aussie brothers being in here, man. And salute to you, Avkazi. Again, you're right close to Jason Dean on the smile.
I'm what, sorry?
You're right close with Jason Dean on the smile. He's got you by just a little bit.
Sorry, I didn't get that. It's a bit windy. What did you say?
Okay. You're real close to Jason Dean on the smile, but you're like 1A. There you go.
Hey, 1A will do.
1A will do.
All right, brother. You take care now. Red Nation for life. Win, lose, or
You
tie.
got it. Hey, you
Red
take
Nation
care.
tie.
Thanks for coming in,
All
man.
right.
Be
sure.
well. Be well. That's Avakazi Ray. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, go to his channel, man. Wild Turkey. It's Avakazi Raider. It's AFAKASI. Afakazi Raider. Okay, and he has his channel. And so go over. And Jack, I understand you're having some trouble with your input. I get it. No worries. But salute to you. We're also going to have another YouTube contributor come in here, and this way I get a chance to kind of work on my Spanish when I have my shipmate come in. Oh, what? And he's got a nice smile too. Oh, and I'm going to show this. So there it is. So I'm going to show that. Avakazi Raiders, my channel. Just type that into search and you'll find me. I put it in there. So I'm going to put it in here. Go find Avakazi Raider. Great shipmate that he is. So now Avakazi has a channel. So does the next guest who is in here hanging out with me. And I'm going to put you over here. There you go. So we got that. How are you doing tonight, Rafael El Capitan? How are you today? What's going on?
Hey, I'm very good. I'm very good, Captain Jack. So I just realized that I just understood the assignment, and of course, I just have some particular news about what's going on for Derek Carr. So he was saying he was his final appearance on the practice facility, but he was no intention to extending the February 15th, the date of this contract to give the team additional time to resolve the situation. So I would just like it during the Pro Bowl game skill competition. But in my point for about now is we love to see more defense at the Raiders this season of the 2023-2024 season, because we need to improve and of course rebuild and of course upgrade the defense. And of course, it's not having a good time with Jeff and the QB, because Jared Stidham did a great job over the last two performances at
He wasn't bad.
He wasn't bad. But I guarantee you, there's got a lot to do, a lot of work to be like a starter quarterback. So, in my case, I would love to see Jared Stidham as a starting quarterback, and all that money cap belongs, and they go to invest in the defense. That would be awesome.
Okay. I don't know if he's starting quarterback material, but I will say this. Okay.
All right.
Rich Gannon needed his third team, but he was already a starting quarterback. He was a starting quarterback for the Vikings. He was a starting quarterback for the Chiefs. Okay. He needed the opportunity, and he got that with the Raiders. Stidham needs an opportunity. And I think that if Stidham becomes the starting quarterback and has the ascendancy, he will be like a Kurt Warner, because Kurt Warner got his start because he was in the Iowa Barnstormers in the Arena Football League. He was in NFL Europe, so he played over there. The only reason why he got his start was because Trent Green got hurt, and he guided the Rams to a Super Bowl. So it's a matter of opportunity. So if Jarrett Stidham gets that, it would be a story along those lines. But I think that I'm going to say, okay, if Stidham's going to be the starter, and you have like a developmental quarterback, because we are in Alpha Ghazi, we're just saying, who do we want at quarterback? Yeah. I mean, if Rodgers is the guy, sure. But I want to use my capital on defense. But I don't make the decisions. And I think that Mark Davis would go after Rodgers for the same reason he was going after Tom Brady, because he wants asses in the seats that are wearing the right color jersey. And if you get Aaron Rodgers in here, Raider fans will come in because they know they got a real quarterback, and that they will support the team with a quote-unquote real quarterback. So that's one of the reasons why I think that they're going to go hard after Rodgers, because they already have that rapport between Rodgers and Tay Adams.
Davante Adams, yes.
Right. So, if you got that already, and it just depends upon what you have to give up for him. That's the only thing.
Yes, but there's another thing about how can we build about the defense. So there's one guy, his name is Psyche Ika Taylor, because over the last season has been like in a dominating interior force on the defense for years. And Seki, he's been like a great, because when it comes to the trenches, he was playing strength as a king. Everybody know about Ika presence lives up for the elite play trench as a nose tackle. And he was playing from the Louisiana State University, as known as LCU. He was a prospect for 2 years. And he was like the first All Big 12 honors and an addition, but stand-up commands the attention of two blockers returning in one of those games. He can routinely enter and maintain gap discipline, making it probably like the best round different along the entire defensive line. So that's what I'm trying to rebuild the defense, and of course we cannot build it up. Sort of like good names that are like good examples. For example, second that I just mentioned about that.
Mm-hmm. Now I said I want a stud. And that is one of the guys that definitely will do well, because I need somebody that's going to push the pocket, because we already got Crosby on an end. We need somebody that's going to push the middle, that can be a run stuffer as well as a quarterback threat. So you need that in the middle, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that. But it depends. But you're not going to get him if you got to give up collateral for Aaron Rodgers. And it's one of those things where if they say that Aaron Rodgers will renegotiate his contract, great.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna need to have him, if he's going to be our quarterback. You can't waste a lot of collateral. And you can't waste a big cap hit for him. So that's the only thing. I'd love to have Aaron Rodgers if he's our plan B after we lost out on Brady. And I'm glad we lost out on Brady.
Yeah, it is.
But and I think you'll say, what's his cap hit? Ed Winchell says $52 million. No, he's not worth $52 million. No,
I don't think.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got Stidham, you got Garbers, you got a quarterback to be determined, and you got a draft pick. So that's where it is.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs, you got the offense, you got to re-sign.
Yeah, they need to pay more. They need to pay more about Josh Jacobs' contract, because he's been doing amazing as a running back. They need to pay more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Anna, I agree. Rogers being a bust, but you know what? I do know that we don't have to. At least he has to rapport with Tay Adams. We don't have to teach that. He's already got. Plus, he has, the best tight end in Waller. Or I would say the best, but a top 5 tight end with Waller's available. He's got a great slot receiver in Renfro. And if you're gonna get some things for the offense, and you better get another guard. You need to get another tackle. So I don't think he would bust out, but he would definitely have to perform. He would definitely have.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about it. Yes. So
Yeah.
they can either about building about what's going on for the next season.
Okay. Now I got to ask you as well.
All right.
Have you looked at baseball yet?
Oh yes, they're going to start for the spring training, also called the season, and of course there's the Caribbean baseball that's called Serie del Caribe. It has been held in Caracas, in La Guardia, Venezuela. There are like 8 countries like Colombia, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and of course there's thousands of people watching for the Caribbean baseball series. And right now, I'm just waiting for my country, Venezuela, to win the Caribbean series. And of course, from Ferrari, they're just about to start the spring training. And in March, it's coming to the World Baseball Classic, where all the teams are part of the world. They have to compete with only one championship.
Right. Now, I know that you've been keeping up with it. So who is the favorite for the World Baseball Championship, the World Baseball Championship? Who's the favorite this year to take it?
Oh, they're gonna be like a surprise. So I will take Puerto Rico because those guys are being like an amazing off the bat, of course, with the defense. But the biggest surprise, not only Puerto Rico is gonna take the championship, but also the biggest surprises will be like Venezuela, because the last time that it came to the third place, it was in 2009. So it's gonna be like a long time. But they have an amazing players, like the offense, the catcher, also the first base. I think, yeah, this is gonna be like a great surprise.
Okay, now you're saying that the Puerto Ricans are better than the Dominicans this year?
I will say that Puerto Rico is gonna take the championship this year, this edition.
Okay, okay. I mean, I'm all for you listening to what because again, I will take your word for it. And hey, there we go. We got Darren Ray, one of my favorite guys. A Kansas City Chiefs will win it too. So Darren Ray, the great, well, my buddy, the Kansas City Chief fan is in here. Good to see you there, Darren.
All
Mahomes will
right.
pitch shutout baseball. Okay, well, I don't think he plays defense though, Darren. I'm just saying. But again,
All
hey,
right.
Capitan, gracias por ti y su voz aquí en mi estudio.
All
And
right.
siempre tiene bueno día y noche también.
All right.
Bendiciones por ti siempre
Gracias.
por su
Gracias.
familia total. And again, yeah, Rafael Chacin, that is his channel. Make sure you go and support my friend Rafael Chacin Montillo, sorry.
Yes.
And
Yes.
get him while he's hot. And there you go. And again,
All right.
El Capitan, salud por ti, mi
Salute
amigo.
to you. Salute to you. And God bless you. Have a good night.
Yeah. And I hope I didn't screw the Spanish up too bad.
Okay. Don't worry about that.
Thanks there, Raphael. Good to see you. And Jack Kenna says, "Fly Eagles fly." Darren, like I said, Darren, like Robert, like KC Robert, and actually, Hefe KC was in here the other day. I said, just be cool, and he stayed. So I didn't bounce Hefe KC the other day. Oh, Anna Diaz, good night to you as well. Good night. Get some rest, Anna. Get some rest. I'm going to get some rest after the show. But Darren Ray is definitively of a mind. Good night to you, Anna. That Kansas City is going to win. honestly, Darren, and this is not hate. This is not hate. But when I told you the other night, and thank you for watching, you said that when I was talking to Wiz. That's who I was talking to when I was talking to Wiz. And Wiz is the guy I said the Chiefs are going to beat the Bengals, and that's who I said at my work. And I was right. The Chiefs are going to beat the Bengals. I was right. And you caught that. But I was talking to Wiz. I said, if it's the Bengals and the Eagles, I'll take the Bengals in that. But now that it's the Eagles versus the Chiefs, I'm not going to, shall we say, I'm not going to jinx my pick. I'm not going to jinx my pick. That's who I had for the Super Bowl. I said it's going to be the Eagles versus the Chiefs. Yeah, Jack, I didn't kick Hefe out. He wasn't in tonight. But, that's why I said don't be an a-hole. I don't mind. I said I like people when they come in. Just don't be an a-hole. If you're an a-hole, I don't want you in here. That's what I'm saying. So we are an hour and a half into the show. So anything else you want to talk about is always welcome. I put the link in here. Remember, we did have Afakazi in here. So make sure that you are subscribed to his channel. Subscribe to what is it? Raphael's channel. So we got some people here. So you got Afakazi Raider. Please make sure you go over to his channel. Make sure you subscribe to Rafael Chacin Montillo. And we got those. So yeah, here we go. So there you go. That's Raphael's channel. And then we got Dandy Don Webb. Mahomes said the game is being played at State Farm Stadium, and of course the Lamar Hunt. I put money on the Eagles, but lacking trust with the NFL. Oh, that's true. The game is being played at State Farm Stadium. That that is something I did not even consider. If you put all of those things together, it looks like a rig. It looks like a rig. But the Chiefs are 0-1 in their white unis, and I think they're in their white unis for the Super Bowl. I think they're in their white unis for the Super Bowl. So, and the Eagles, that would be in their greens. They were in their, let me see. They were in their greens when the Raiders beat them. They were in their greens when they beat the Patriots. That's 1-1. They were in their greens when they lost to the Patriots years ago. So they are 1-2 in their greens. So hopefully they will be 2-2. Yeah, Eagles in the dark green. And I will have my Eagles what is it, Javon Curse jersey on display for my, because I got to root for the Eagles. So I will have an Eagles jersey in the background. I was thinking about wearing it, but I know you guys would freak out too much. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna. I don't want to tempt fate on that. But it will be on display. It will be on display. And Don, great seeing you, partner. Salud for your Asawa and your family as well. Don has got two wonderful daughters, and his wife is wonderful as well. And Don's a good guy too. And I'm glad that Don is I'm glad that Don's feeling better because it's been a while. Good night to you there, Jack Kenna. And again, I'm sorry your StreamYard was being a pain in the butt to you. I'm sorry it was, but maybe another night. But yeah, good night to you, and thank you for being here. We are 133 into the show. If you want to come in, here's the link. And again, Darren Ray was still in there. So where's my link? Oh, I can't find the link. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes in State Farm Stadium. Did not even think about that. Hit the link. Hit the link again. It's up there in the comments section. So, what's this? Oh, nice. Okay. Is that Idris Elba? Oh, and he just lopped off that head too. He lopped off that. That's a big dude. We are going to be joined by a hopefully Darren. Is your camera just dark? Is your camera? Oh, okay. I see. Okay, it doesn't matter as long as we have the sound. Hopefully, we'll be good on sound. Darren, how you doing tonight? What's good with you?
I am doing wonderful, and so I am out here camping. I'm back on the trail, Jack.
Back on the road again.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see me.
No, I can't.
I know.
That's okay. Audio is always preferred.
Yeah.
Audio
so I'm back on the trail.
Preferred.
We're back on the trail. Wife's getting ready to hit the Appalachian Trail, and so it's ready for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Now, are you going to be heading out to? You're going to be heading out west. You're just going to go up north for the Appalachian Trail.
Just running up north. We did the west earlier this year, and so now the next part of running up the east side.
Now, I know you will be somewhere nice for the Super Bowl. So where do you plan to be next Sunday to watch the Super Bowl in comfort?
That's hilarious because we just rented a cabin in Ellijay, Georgia, and I told my wife the only thing that I wanted to have was a big TV so I can watch the Super Bowl.
There you go. Well, but that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
If you're going to be somewhere, you need to make sure that you can at least watch it in comfort. Plus, now I got to ask again because I've never asked before with your missus, and I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent, but what is she planning on making for Super Bowl dinner?
So probably nothing because I hate to say this, she grew up in LA and she is an old LA Raiders fan, so I'm probably not going to get a lot.
Well, she can come on my show anytime then.
Here, right? Yeah. So we don't talk about that in this household.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now granted, you're a good dude, but I'd take her over you any day of the week.
Right. Yeah, I can't blame you.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna ask because we talked about it the other day. Did you see the Wild Wild West show? What was that, yesterday? Right? Did you watch the Wild Wild West show?
I did not. We were moving around and setting up camp, and so I didn't with the ladies that you had set up. Yeah, no, I did not see it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a family reunion. All that was missing was you, because we had Alex. Alex was there, and so he's Smug Daddy, and then of course his mom was in there, and his dad was in there, and his brother was in there, and his brother came in and said, "Hey, I understand we're having a Smug family reunion here." It was beautiful, Yeah. So like the whole Smug family. So it was, yeah. I mean, yeah, and you can, just like you said. When was the last time you guys won a Super Bowl? Well, you could say we won it at least within a couple years.
But I saw your thing, and so I gotta say though, if you gotta kind of give Sky some leniency because that kid had several fumbles, and to return that punt that he did when he needed to, he got the right to be a little smug. That was all right talk a little trash on that front.
Yeah, and like you said, and actually, I think Alex said it as well. Is that Sky Moore has had issues keeping his hands on the ball, but when he needed it the most was when that return came about, and he was spot on with that.
Yeah, he was. So I know Jay, you're an old Philly guy, but I know you're a Raiders guy. So are you rooting for the Eagles big time, or
Oh, of course.
no? You hate the Chiefs, yes, right?
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, the only time, and I think I told you this, the only time I rooted for the Chiefs in a Super Bowl was when they were playing the fake Pirates.
Yeah. I think it's going to be an amazing game. So, the Eagles have dominated everybody, and they've got the blowout wins. That everybody's talking about now. The only thing I think about it is, so I have always loved teams that have had the tougher schedule and everything else. So I think it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be a wonderful game, and I think it's going to be decided by 3 points. And either way, I love the fact that it's Kelsey Bowl. Mama Kelsey gets to be there, and I think it's just fun. It's a fun Super Bowl that we've had. It's probably one of the most fun ones we've had in a long time, and I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and actually, that's one of the things I said. That was the Hollywood script. It's the Kelsey Bowl.
Yeah.
It's the Andy Reid Bowl. Andy Reid gets to play his old team. I mean, granted, he's many years removed from them.
Yeah.
But he gets to play his old team, and Kelsey versus Kelsey, brother versus brother, Reid, and I did not know this, but apparently it is the first two African American quarterbacks that are facing each other. Is that true?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. I didn't realize it, but yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw what Ryan Clark came across on ESPN, and he said, "Hey, let's stop the narrative about all these poor kids, no fathers. Let's talk about the fathers that supported these two young men." And I thought that was amazing that he did that. Hurt's father is a high school quarterback, of course, or not a quarterback, but high school coach, and raised him and taught him how to play football. And Mahomes, of course, father was a baseball player, and it's just great news stories, both all the way around. And this is just going to be amazing football from both teams. They both play hard and both great competitors, and it's just going to be wonderful. And it's fun. It's what American football is about. And so I get tired of the narrative about NFL is fixing games and stuff. Just shut up. Just watch the game, and enjoy it.
Now I am gonna bring up 2 points because, and I appreciate Mike Sarah giving me one of them. Okay, on the punt return or the kickoff, what was it? A punt return or punt return?
Yep.
Blocking the back.
Nope. Blocked the kid. He was blocked into the guy. So when you go back and watch it, the defender was pushed back into the guy.
Okay.
And again, even if it's not, think of how many penalties there are on every play. And the next thing you're going to ask about is the holding play on Mahomes when he scrambled. But Orlando Brown had his hands within his shoulders and within the defender's shoulders. That's a legal play. I've coached middle school and high school football, and we teach all of our players to do that. And so it's just, I'm tired of, it's unfortunate. I was on a cruise ship. Cincinnati fans were wonderful. Now they become a bunch of whiners. Get over it. You beat us last year. We didn't whine about it. We beat your ass this year. Get over it.
I think the only thing that I was gonna, and this was mine, right, is that the inadvertent whistle was a year late.
Yeah, so it was horrible. That was just horrible. The clock was, get it clocked. But again, it didn't matter. Besides taking 20-some seconds off the clock, really didn't matter because we still punted from the exact same goddamn position that we were in when that penalty was called, or when they stopped the clock and reset it.
No, they didn't punt. They didn't punt there, Darren. They ended up, they got the field goal that drive because
No, they did not. So they ran a play, and so they got the next play. So they got the fifth down, as everybody's calling it. It's not like Missouri and Colorado back in 1990. It's not the same thing. They got an extra down, and they ran it. Cincinnati got the holding, and so they got a first down. They did 3 more plays. Nothing happened, and they punted the ball.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So it didn't change the game other than I think it was like 20 to 35 seconds taken off the clock. And yes, it was bad. And of course, the guy came running in and could have blown his whistle. Arrowhead is loud as hell, as you know. You've been there and seen it. But, for these Cincinnati fans, oh, we got screwed. Get over yourself. Come on. Move on. Nobody is fixing the game. Jay, you know what you and I do. Nobody can fix that shit because nobody can keep their mouth shut,
Right, and that's the conversation that Wiz and I had.
Yeah.
Because I was saying that he goes, dude, what do you do for a living? Do you think that they can really actually do this?
Nope.
And I said, it'd be very difficult. You would actually have to have some really, really when you have a conspiracy, when you have something that is that much, when you're talking billions and billions of dollars,
right,
it would be very hard to do. But what I think that what they could do though, is that you can have like with like the one NBA ref, you can have a referee being bought.
Yeah.
That could control things just by what they do. And I think that is more along the lines of how you can buy things and you make sure that one guy, like Tim Donahue, wasn't caught for years and years and years.
Yeah. Of course. But that's not a conspiracy. That's not the NFL. That's the the betting conspiracy that's putting that on. But I will tell you this, Jay. So I was on a cruise during that game. Cincy fans, amazing. They were amazing, fun. They were cheering for their team. We were cheering for their team. Jacksonville and Buffalo, fucking obnoxious. Horrible fucking people. I heard Duval more than I wanted to hear. They fucking lost. Buffalo fucking lost. Stop it. Go away. Cincy fans, amazing. Root for your team, but don't be fucking obnoxious. I heard Duval every time Cincy made a mistake. You lost your ass, and you're never going back there. You're never going to get close again. Stop it. Jacksonville is garbage.
Oh, I needed to put the banner up, but I couldn't catch it in time. I wanted to remind you that we're on Roku. So
sorry.
No, it's beautiful because it was bam, bam, bam. I was like, hey, I can tell my boss, hey, I didn't cuss.
Yeah.
I didn't cuss.
Yeah, right.
And you know me, I can cuss.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I got so tired of hearing Duval.
Yeah.
On anything. You haven't won anything. Stop it. You're garbage. Yeah. Garbage.
But I think that they will be the ascending team in that division though.
For a while until they can't pay for it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of the AFC South, which sucks, you got Jacksonville. Tennessee's getting horrible by the day, and you got the Texans are doing a do-over. But I think that DeMeco Ryans is going to be very good for that team.
Yeah.
And then I'm missing it. So it's Tennessee, Texas, Jacksonville, and Indy. And Indy, if they get Carr,
different team.
And so what I'm going to ask you is how many more years do we have Mahomes as being, because now that TB12 has officially retired, and thank God for that. How many more years do we have to worry about Patrick 5 down Mahomes, as people are calling? Like one of the guys in there changed his moniker, Pat 5 downs. How many more years of Mahomes do we got?
It's ridiculous to call him 5. They didn't even do it. Right? That's ridiculous. I can see if it was like Colorado where they scored on the 5th down against Missouri, win the national championship.
It's just a cute moniker, and that's why I giggled when the guy gave it.
27, probably. I mean, what's the average? Henny. Sorry, shoot. Or we're on Roku. Shoot. The back, he's 37. I mean, you gotta figure he's 27, probably 35. He's probably got 8 more years.
Okay.
That's a reasonable for him. And Elsie's 32. I mean, he's still doing. I mean, it's so much different for younger. I mean, guys train right. They don't do all the stuff. You know, they're.
Hey, Darren, you are breaking up on. I wanted to make sure you knew that. I'm not sure if it's reception wise or what.
It probably is. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so I will let you go. So I will check in. So we will be up in northern Georgia before the Super Bowl. I'll check in with you before that and give you a holler, man.
Hey, for sure. And by the way, next week for the Wild Wild West show, they're going to have Philly Sports Guy is going to be on that show, and he's a good friend of mine. So that's going to be he's going to do like their Chiefs versus Eagles. And I won't even have to say a word that entire show because Jamie, aka Philly Sports Guy, I'm just gonna sit and watch because I'm not even gonna say. Well, I'm not gonna say a word, but I will be basically a fly on the wall that show because Jamie will be the most obnoxious fan that he is and a great guy. But it'll be a good show. So make sure if you can, make sure you try to watch that one for sure.
I will. All right, brother. Love you. Have fun.
Hey, love you as well there, Darren. Take care of yourself. Best of you and the missus. And obviously tell the missus she can come in and go Raiders anytime.
Hey, and no way. No way. Won't happen. All right. Love you.
Take care, Darren. Be well, brother.
Yeah. Bye.
That's my boy, Darren Ray. Raider fan extraordinaire. Chiefs fan. Wife has all the smarts there. So, hey, it's a Thursday, and we've gotten through a whole show. I was just laughing when Darren was just letting those F-bombs fly. I didn't put the thing on. It's okay. Literally, it's at the 1 hour and 45 minute mark, probably. Sorry, boss. But hey, that's what you get here. Great quality. I think so. I'm not saying it conceitedly. I'm not saying that it's not because of me. It's because of you, the people that come in here, right? You make the show. I'm just monitoring, right? I will give my input, but the show is good because of y'all. Your comments, you coming into the show. I mean, other than that dude, what was his name? It was like some guy with his political agenda. Not playing that crap. Trust me on that. No. And that goes for both sides, whether you are a staunch R in front of your name or a staunch D in front of your name or even a staunch I in front of your name. We get enough political crap. We get enough political crap daily. I want to talk sports. I want to talk movies. I want to talk trivia. We'll talk TV. We'll talk anything here because, hey, you don't know jack about sports, but you also not know trivia. So that's why we're here. And I enjoy this. So it's Thursday night. We did the successful show. Make sure you are here Sunday. We will have another Ask Captain Jack show. Maybe we'll hear from Darren. I don't know where he will be. Like I said, he's out in the middle of BFE, although he's not like BF. Actually, it would probably be BFO or BFA, BF Ozarks or BF Appalachian Trail. But maybe BFAT. Yeah. Appalachian Trail. That would be BFAT. So we'll see. And Darren, you take care of yourself. I want to say again, thank you for And Mike, Sarah, I addressed that block in the back. According to him, it wasn't. Oh, we're gonna have Sam on. Sam, real quick, because I'm almost near the end of the show. But I want to bring Sam on real quick. So I got Sam. Sam, how you doing, brother? What's going on?
Doing good. How about you, man?
How you? What are your thoughts on this Thursday night, brother? What you got for me?
We're trading 4 of our players.
Okay. Who you trading?
Zach Cunningham. No, we're not trading. We're cutting. I'm sorry, cutting. Zach Cunningham, Bud Dupree, and Taylor Warren. And Robert Woods.
Okay, so did you say what was the last guy? Is that the offensive tackle?
Yeah.
And you're cutting him?
Yeah.
And he plays right tackle, right?
Yeah. I gotta get off here, man. I got charged up my laptop, man.
Okay. But hey, Sam, thanks for coming in, Sam. I appreciate that. So we got Sam from Tennessee on. And we had him in for a little bit. So that's cool. I would have to check out, like I said, the offensive right tackle for the Titans. He said they're being cut. There's always somebody available. Always somebody available. Remember we were talking about maybe it's Mumford at right tackle? Well, maybe it's that guy. Because I know that they have their right tackle was decent. So again, thank you for being here. Please make comments after the show. And I will say this, I am about 25 people away from 2,000 subscribers. So if you're watching the show now and you say, hey, I'll subscribe to that show, I would appreciate it. Remember, we also do, every time that you do a $5 donation, you are given a spot on the prize wheel. We do prizes here. Mostly Raider stuff. I admit that. So I got big boxes of Raider stuff. So it's mostly Raider stuff. But everybody knows a Raider fan. Like I said, hell, Darren is married to one. So if he won, he'd give it to the wife. He'd probably say, you got to put it somewhere where I don't see it. But that's what you win when you have these Raider prizes. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the show. $5 donations get you a spot on the prize wheel. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Hit the button. Hit comments after the show. I want to thank everybody who was here tonight. Got Jack Kenna, Don Webb, Mike Sarah. Again, my boy Darren Ray. Ed Winchell, of course. Anna Diaz was in here. I'm going to see here, Rafael Chacin Montia, Matt, a.k.a. Raiders07 was in here. Let's see if I don't want to forget anybody. Oh, Avikazi from Down Under gave us that beautiful, beautiful sight of what's going on down in Australia. Wild Turkey was in here as well. Good to see you there, shipmate. Yeah, some guy who was doing stupid stuff about politics. You are dismissed. Let's see. Block user. I'm gonna block you in here, so you're already in here. Error occurred. Okay, whatever. Matt Marinovich, as always, with his comments. Great Southern Trendkill. Thank you for being in here as well. Patrick, my 5 downs. We were talking about you earlier. Let's see here. Matt Marinovich. I think I said, if not, Matt Marinovich always making comments. I'm looking. I see. I don't want to forget anybody. I'm going through. I don't see anybody. Oh, Wilbur Russell came over. Wilbur is the Bengal fan, and he came in here. Thank you for coming in, Wilbur. Good to see you as well. I'm looking. Al's Ghost came in, made an appearance. Thank you for that. Hot Neil was in here for a quick minute. Good to see Hot Neil. And I don't think that Ryan Miller. Yeah, Ryan Miller saying that Elvis was a great person. And Dave Chappell, thank you for being in here. And Don Webb, obviously, to see. Thank you, Jared. Pittsburgh, Jared was in here. Took a night off from his movie night. Cool Kev made an appearance. So we had a good crowd here tonight. Steve Running, talking about Steve Spurrier, Ryan Miller as well. Again, Sebastian was in here. Sebastian won some prizes with the the NFL Nation Live. He made a lot of. He got some decent prizes. Steve Contreras was here as well. Wow. I mean, when I'm going through the list, 808 Split Mode was in here saying I could preach. Good to see that as well. Anyway, I got to get out. I think I made everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. Positive Philly Mike Givens was in here as well. Take care. Come back on Sunday. We will see you then. Until then, yeah, you bastard.